I don't even know where to start with this. I'm sitting in my tiny studio apartment, staring at my phone, rereading the text my mom sent me 3 days ago. We cleared out your room. You clearly don't care about this family anymore. It's like a gut punch that keeps landing every time I think about it. I haven't responded yet because I'm still trying to wrap my head around how things got this bad. I'm 24, living on my own for the first time, and somehow missing 2 family dinners turned into my parents basically disowning me. Or at least, that's what it feels like. I need to vent, and maybe some strangers on the internet can help me figure out if I'm the asshole here or if my parents are overreacting. The backstory. I grew up in a pretty tight-knit family in a small town about an hour's drive from the city where I live now. My parents are the kind of people who value family above everything. Sunday dinners, holiday traditions, calling your grandma every week, that whole deal. Growing up, I was always at those dinners, helping my mom chop vegetables or sneaking extra cookies with my younger brother Ethan when Dad wasn't looking. It was just how things were. Even when I went to college a few hours away, I'd make it back for holidays and the occasional weekend to keep the peace. Last year, I graduated and landed a job in the city. My first real adult job as a junior graphic designer at a marketing firm. It's not glamorous, but it's a start. The pay's decent, enough to cover my rent and bills, but the hours are brutal. I'm talking 50, 60 hours a week, plus the occasional weekend crunch when a client's being a pain. Moving to the city was a big deal for me. I'd never lived anywhere but my hometown, and the idea of having my own space, my own life, was exciting, but also terrifying. My parents were supportive at first, though I could tell they weren't thrilled about me being so far away. Mom would always say stuff like, "You'll come back for Sunday dinners, right?" And I'd nod, thinking it'd be no big deal. Fast forward to this year, and things started getting complicated. Work got busier, and I started dating this guy, Sam, who I met through a coworker. He's sweet, a little goofy, and we've been figuring out how to balance our schedules since he works weird hours as a bartender. Between work, Sam, and just trying to keep my head above water in this chaotic city life, I started slipping on the family stuff. I'd miss a call here, forget to text back there. Nothing major, I thought, just life happening. The missed dinners. Sunday dinners at my parents' place are sacred. They start at 6 p.m. sharp, and my mom spends all day cooking. Roast chicken, mashed potatoes, green beans, the works. It's not just dinner, it's a whole production. My dad grills everyone about their week. Ethan cracks dumb jokes, and my aunt and uncle sometimes show up with their kids. It's loud, chaotic, and honestly, it's home. I used to love it, even when it felt like too much. The first dinner I missed was about a month ago. It was a rough week at work. Our team was scrambling to meet a deadline for a big client, and I had to stay late every night. That Sunday, I was exhausted, and Sam had the night off, so we decided to grab dinner and watch a movie at my place. I texted my mom that morning to let her know I couldn't make it, saying I was swamped with work and needed to recharge. She responded with, "Okay, honey, we'll miss you. Next week?" I said yeah, for sure, and didn't think much of it. I figured one missed dinner wasn't the end of the world. The next Sunday, though, I messed up. I didn't even realize it was Sunday until it was too late. Sam and I had gone out with some friends the night before, and I slept in way past noon. By the time I checked my phone, it was 5 p.m., and I had 3 missed calls from my mom and a text. "You coming tonight?" I panicked, called her back, and apologized profusely, saying I'd gotten my days mixed up and was still in the city. She sounded off, Not mad exactly, but disappointed. She said, "It's fine. Just let us know next time." I promised I'd be there the following week. I didn't make it the next week either. I know. I'm starting to sound like a jerk. But hear me out. Work was insane again, and Sam had a rare weekend off, so we took a spontaneous road trip to this little lake town a couple of hours away. It was the first time in months I felt like I could breathe, you know? Just us, no deadlines, no pressure. I meant to text my mom, but I got caught up in the moment and forgot. By the time I remembered, it was Monday morning, and I had a passive-aggressive voicemail from my dad. "Guess you're too busy for us now. Dinner was great, by the way." Ouch. The text and the fallout. Last week, I was planning to finally make it to Sunday dinner. I'd even told my boss I needed to leave early to head to my parents' place. But then, Thursday night, I got the text from my mom. I was on the couch with Sam, scrolling through my phone when it popped up. I read it once, twice, 3 times, trying to make sense of it. "We cleared out your room. You clearly don't care about this family anymore. Don't bother coming to dinner this week." My stomach dropped. I showed Sam, and he was just as shocked as I was. Cleared out my room? What did that even mean? Like they threw out my stuff? Turned it into a gym? I called my mom immediately, but it went straight to voicemail. I tried my dad, same thing. I texted Ethan, who's 19 and still lives at home, and he just sent back, "Yeah, they're pissed. You should probably talk to them." No shit, Ethan. I drove out to my parents' place the next day after work, uninvited, because I couldn't just let this sit. When I got there, my mom was in the kitchen, and my dad was in the living room watching some documentary. The vibe was cold. Like I could feel the tension the second I walked in. I asked what was going on, why they sent that text, and my mom just sighed and said, "You've made it clear where your priorities are." I tried to explain. Work, Sam, the chaos of moving to a new city. But it felt like everything I said just made it worse. My dad finally spoke up and said, "You couldn't even call, huh? 2 dinners, no show, no warning. We raised you better than that." I felt like I was 12 again, getting scolded for forgetting my chores. They showed me my old room, and yeah, they'd cleared it out. Not completely, but my bed was gone, my desk was gone, and all my old posters and knickknacks were boxed up in the garage. They said they were repurposing it into a guest room because you're never here anyway. I was so hurt, you guys. I get that I screwed up, but this felt like they were erasing me from the house. I tried to apologize, but my mom just kept saying, "Actions speak louder than words." I left feeling like absolute crap, and I haven't talked to them since. Ethan says they're still mad, but won't tell me much else. Where I'm at now, I'm torn. On one hand, I know I messed up. Missing 2 dinners in a row, especially without a good heads up, was careless. I should have been better about communicating, and I feel awful about letting them down. Family's important to me, even if I haven't been great at showing it lately. But on the other hand, their reaction feels so extreme. Clearing out my room, sending that text. It's like they're punishing me for trying to build my own life. I'm not a kid anymore. I have a job, a boyfriend, responsibilities. I can't just drop everything to drive an hour every Sunday, can I? Sam thinks my parents are being dramatic and that they'll come around, but I'm not so sure. I keep replaying that text in my head, and it stings every time. Part of me wants to keep apologizing until things are okay again, but another part of me is angry. Like, why can't they see how hard I'm trying to juggle everything? Why does it have to be all or nothing? I guess I'm posting here because I need perspective. Am I the asshole for missing those dinners and not prioritizing my family enough? Are my parents overreacting, or am I just not getting how much I hurt them? Has anyone else dealt with something like this? Parents who take you pulling away as a personal betrayal? I don't know how to fix this without either groveling or pretending everything's fine when it's not. TLDR. I missed 2 family dinners because of work and my new life in the city. And my parents texted me saying they cleared out my room because I clearly don't care about the family. I tried to apologize, but they're still mad, and I'm hurt by how far they took it. Am I the asshole here, or are they overreacting? How do I fix this? Edit. Wow, this blew up. Thanks for all the comments so far. A few clarifications. I've been to a couple of dinners since moving to the city, just not as often as before. Also, my parents have always been big on family loyalty, so I think that's why they're taking this so hard. I'm reading through your advice and trying to figure out my next steps. Keep it coming, please.